What's up, y'all? I have to like do all this different stuff before I set up and do these videos. So I'm jumping into this one, and this is Inside of Ties episode 202. Let's get to it. I asked one of the people, and we're jumping back to Allbirds again, of course. I asked one of my peers on YouTube to do a video when they got the shoe in hand. And RB26, I'm going to put a link right here, and I'm going to put a link in the description to his video for the Allbirds times Staple collab. And he did the video, and I appreciate him for taking the time and doing that. So you get to see the outside of the box. He did a great unboxing, man, even though he's turning this box like mad aggressive. He's like twisting that joint and throwing it. So wait till you hear this. Hold on. Listen to the sounds that it's making. It's like glop, blang, bam. And then one of the other homies on the comment section was like, "Yo, you being man? I wrote that." And then this guy was like, "I love how full size Run is playing." Sorry about that. I know you guys want to look at the shoes. He's not talking, so that's the only reason I'm talking through this. He's not talking. But I wanted to make sure you guys got a chance to see what the shoe looks like. And it doesn't look bad at all. I'm not a huge fan of the laceless Epic React laceless boost. I'm not a big fan of that look on the shoes. I definitely probably wouldn't rock it, but I guess the idea for sneaker culture, it is a cool thing to have in your collection. Now, I'm going to stop that. I know y'all are like, dude, you're really going to show the whole video in your video. No, I'm not. You can go to the description and finish watching the video. Shout out RB26. I appreciate you for doing that. Thanks, bro. All right, so we know that Allbirds, and I'm going to go to, as a matter of fact, what I'll do is I'm going over here, and I'm going to the Allbirds. Oh, real quick. Allbirds, you need a search button somewhere on here. There's no search for your site. And I know you don't have that many styles, but just put the search there anyway, because we're used to having a search where we can go in and just type something really quickly. I'm going to their Facebook page, and I'm opening this up for one particular reason. Previously, they didn't post the release of the Allbirds Staple Pigeon, the first colorway, the one that I wrote all of the different stuff about. They didn't post that one way ahead of schedule. This time they are posting the second release. So once again, I'm doing more advertisement for Allbirds than I should be. But here you go. They've posted it. It's gotten 16 interactions so far on their Facebook page. And that's 16 interactions for you guys that are in marketing. It's interesting that you can have 238,000 people that follow the page, and Facebook only delivers that message to 16 people. Obviously, they want you to pay for advertising on Facebook. That's off topic. This is a really cool looking colorway of the second iteration of the Staple Pigeon. They are marketing it a bit sooner, and that's a smart thing for them to do. I'm sure they're doing a lot more work on Instagram, but let's keep going into this discussion. Once again, on the site, no search button, but here's what's interesting. The Allbirds times Staple release information does not show up in the story section. It does not show up on the front page anywhere on the site. So the question for me is, once again, who is this being created for? They're only marketing it on social media. And obviously it is not for their regular consumer. So it's an opening of a pathway to resale. But just because something sells in resale, it doesn't mean that those customers that buy in resale are going to become brand loyal. In other words, okay, we talked about the fact that sales showed up on StockX for the Dasher Staple, and then we talked about the fact that those sales disappeared, and now I'm showing you guys that the sales are back and that there are now 6 sales. I know I see there's only 5 here, but if I click View All Sales, you get the 6 sales, including that initial $450 one that shows up again. And then we get these other sales that are showing up as well over the last few days. So the shoe is in resale. I'm still not quite sure I believe that. And this is not a real reason why. Here on eBay, when you do a gauge of what's selling and what's not selling, either the people that bought them are like RB, they bought them to wear them. Nobody's buying them to flip them. And I'm thinking that because Jeff Staple is such, he's really prominent in tech talks, entrepreneurship talks. Read Space, the gallery, all of the work that they do is pretty doggone influential outside of the brand Staple with the clothing. The people who follow Allbirds, tech bros, tech girls, I don't know what they call the women, the tech bros, the people that wear Allbirds already probably are very affiliated or associated with the content that Jeff Staple produces. So I'm thinking that this is something outside of Allbirds' funnel, because I'm like, oh, this is just an attempt to snatch part of the sneakerhead market. Now, real quick, one pair is listed on eBay, and only one pair is sold. All right, so let's jump over to StockX, and we know that 6 pairs sold here, and that's a pretty good kind of ratio. I do think that most of the product goes to StockX now when it's in resale. So here we go. They're not advertising it on the site. They are promoting that there is a new one, you know, being released, but there's no conversation at all in Twitter about Allbirds, unless it's from, and this is a search for Allbirds, unless it's from more of kind of like hype culture. So you get Allbirds, who's announcing the next one, and then you just have people who are writing to the company here, and then you get I'm trying to see where we see some Allbirds times Staple dialogue. It's really all Asian so far. Citizen brand. There's just not a lot of coverage about Allbirds and the Staple release. So it's an intriguing thing to look at, man. And this is going to be my last post on it. I'm not going to come back to it. I won't say last post, but I may come back to it and discuss it and look at the Blue Sky Staple release. But it's just a really interesting thing, man. If you're doing a collab with a person or with another brand, and those people don't get funneled into your stream of customers, that collab isn't necessarily successful. Or is it? Just a question to leave you with, and I'll see you guys on the next one. That's it for Allbirds for right now. I'm going on to a different discussion for the rest of the day. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.